everyone. So it has been a hot minute since I've actually sat down, talked with you guys in real time and actually uploaded it straight away. I just wanted to update people basically on why I haven't been uploading much, and obviously if you read the title, yes, me and Josh, if you're new here, Josh is my partner, we both had the virus, the one that sent the world into chaos basically. We had the new variant, so basically we showed none of the symptoms that are for like the original part of the virus, not the new variant. So we had no high temperature, we had no cough or continuous cough or cold, and we had no loss to taste or smell in the beginning. My partner Josh said he felt a bit off. What date would it have been? 2 seconds. Because this was back in July when we had it. Sunday the 11th, he said he was feeling a little bit funny. But we've all had a cold recently, so he thought it was just that. And then Wednesday the 14th of July, our NHS, we live in the UK, I should have mentioned that earlier, our NHS brought out a like a post with the symptoms for the new variant, and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, these are the things that we've been experiencing. So let me just find that. Here it is. So this is for the Delta variant, that's what it's called. But the thing is as well, with me being pregnant, if you're new here, I am currently 20 weeks pregnant. So I was feeling tired and unwell, I had aching muscles, and I had a blocked runny nose. And with Josh, my partner, he had long lasting headaches, like he said like his head was throbbing, but to be fair, around that time he hadn't been drinking a lot, so we kind of thought it was that. He'd also felt tired and unwell, and he had a sore throat. So obviously this came out. Oh, the other ones I didn't mention because we didn't have was also vomiting and diarrhea. We didn't have them. Josh actually said he felt sick at work, I think the day before, so that would have been like the 13th of July. So I sent that to Josh, and I'm there saying, Josh, I've got 3 of these, you've got 3 of these. And he actually said he had to take a test at work because someone else he'd worked with over the weekend had tested positive. It wasn't one of those proper tests, it was just one of those fast ones that you wait 30 minutes for. That came up positive, so he had to come back from work and take a proper test. I had to take a proper test, and obviously we had to get our son Kane from school, because obviously he couldn't be at school with obviously Josh testing positive and me potentially having it as well. We took the tests on his birthday, bless him. They arrived the 15th of July, it was Josh's birthday, and that's when we took the proper test, the PCR test I think they're called. We both woke up feeling really rubbish. He was saying his head felt like it was going to explode. For me, I had a lot of aching here on my shoulder and my neck, and other than that, I didn't feel too bad. I just felt a bit tired, and my nose, it felt like there was a load of dust in my nose and I couldn't get rid of it, and it was like that the whole day. Which, when my nose is blocked and it's something to do with my sinuses, it causes me to have migraines. So that wasn't good either. we took the test, and apparently there must have been a big influx of tests because it took, what, nearly a week for us to get our results back. So obviously in the meantime we were isolating. I actually took one of the rapid flow tests and mine came up positive. So yeah, it wasn't, like, obviously it kicked our butts. Like, we definitely felt ill, but for me it wasn't the most ill I've ever felt. But obviously me and Josh are young and healthy and stuff like that, so the most ill I've ever felt, it was a few years ago, and it was a flu that was going around and my whole body was aching, and it was at the point where I was in tears in pain. Paracetamol wasn't even touching it or anything, whereas with this, with the new variant that we had, paracetamol was helping. It was helping me. Josh had been taking ibuprofen, or was it Nurofen? Which obviously back last year when it was all about and everything and everyone was in lockdown, there was a story that ibuprofen and Nurofen actually makes it worse, and it did with Josh. It made him feel a lot worse. So he ended up stopped taking them. He was taking paracetamol. It was hard for, especially with both of us being ill, because obviously we still had to look after the kids. And Josh, bless him, he did most of the looking after the kids, because I felt tired anyway with me being pregnant. Even though I'm in the second trimester, thank God my energy is back now, near enough. But then it wasn't, and then being ill and aching and just feeling rubbish didn't help anything. The kids never got it. We had to test Kane and Naomi. If you're new here, Kane is our 6-year-old son. Naomi is our nearly 2-year-old daughter. We had to test both of them. It was absolutely awful. We've tested Kane before and he was alright, but this time it really bothered him, because obviously he knew that me and Josh had it and he was getting really upset about it. And Naomi, it was so awful having to hold her, and like I had to hold her so Josh could like swab her tonsils and her nose, and it was awful because she didn't want us to do that. She just wanted to get away. She wanted it to stop, and it was awful because obviously we had to do it to see if they had it as well, which, like I said, luckily they didn't, thankfully. I think in terms of when we felt the worst, for me, I think it was, so we took the test Thursday the 15th. I'd say the worst days for me would have been the Saturday and the Sunday after that, so the 17th and the 18th. So in the early days, I think that was really the worst for me. And if I remember rightly, it was either day 3 or 4, so that's the 18th and the 19th, when me and Josh woke up and Josh couldn't smell or taste and I couldn't smell anything. I could still taste, but obviously your smell and your taste are linked, so food didn't taste right, but I could still kind of taste it. But I could not smell anything. Josh couldn't smell anything or eat anything, which was awful for him because all he got was the texture of food. He didn't have like the taste overpowering the texture, so just the texture alone, it was making him feel sick. He didn't want to eat. He could only, I think, the only thing he could eat, which was alright, texture-wise, was pasta and bread and soup. And because he couldn't taste anything, he was like eating stuff that he'd normally hate. Like, he hates tomato soup. He was like eating a lot of that. we've both got it back now. Well, you'd hope so. You would have hoped so, since it's August now. It's the 8th of August today. But there was someone at Josh's work where they said it took them a few months for their taste to come back. So we've taste and smell to come back. So we've been really lucky on that end. We first noticed it was coming back, I think, 2 days after we were allowed to go out again. So obviously we have to isolate for 10 days, which was really hard as well, because we don't live near family. Like, my family are on the other side of town. So that was really hard, because it's like, we need food. How are we going to get it? But our neighbour was honestly a lifesaver, because I was running out of paracetamol really quick. And bless her, she gave me some paracetamol, and she went to our local supermarket for us and got us some food. Honestly, she was great. Can't thank her enough for that. So we isolated for the 10 days. We took it as, obviously, we isolated from the day we took the test. When the test came back, no, it wouldn't have been a week, because when the test came back, it pinged up on my NHS Track and Trace app, and it said that we had 5 or 6 days left of isolation. But it still took a while, because normally it comes back either the next day or the day after the results. So it was still pretty late. It was about 2 days after we were out of isolation. We was in Primark, and we were smelling like men's aftershave stuff, to see if our smell came back. And we could only just smell the tiniest undertones. I said to Josh that, let me just put my phone on silent a minute. I said to Josh, that has got to be a strong aftershave. If we can smell that, even if it's only just, if we can smell that, that's got to be some strong aftershave. So 10 days. So it took not long, really, for our smell to start coming back. There has been a change, though, with my taste since my smell has come back. It's chicken doesn't taste right to me anymore, and it's so strange. It's not all chicken. I can eat chicken nuggets fine, but like, we had a takeaway the other night, a pizza takeaway, and I had chicken on my pizza, and I said to Josh, the chicken doesn't taste right at all. And he didn't want to try any. He had his own pizza, but I just kept saying to him, I don't want to eat it. It doesn't taste right. And it was really strange. And we took Josh to Cosmos as he's out. We were meant to go on his birthday. Well, no, the Saturday after his birthday. But obviously we couldn't. So we took him at the end of July, round about then. And there were chicken there, and I said to Josh, the chicken doesn't taste right to me, which was strange, because obviously we've been to Cosmos a lot of times. It's a really nice restaurant, and the food is really good. So hopefully it doesn't stay like that. Hopefully I do get my love for chicken back. But it was yesterday as well. Josh had got a KFC, and it was some popcorn chicken. And I said to Josh, it doesn't taste right to me. And it was really weird. And Josh was saying that someone from work, their daughter had it, and their taste and smell went. And when they came back, they hated chicken. So that's been really weird. We've had no lasting side effects from any of it, apart from obviously that. Josh has had no lasting side effects. And baby's fine. Baby's completely fine. I had my 20-week scan last week, and she's growing perfectly, and my God, she's a big baby. Like, she's a big girl. So that's really good. I didn't have any worries about her, because obviously I can feel her moving. So I know she's alright, as in she's moving. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock to us because like we'd gone like over a year without getting it, and then this new, obviously we were warned that this new variant was a lot more contagious, but we were still being careful and everything. We were still wearing our masks, sanitizing our hands and everything. But now, obviously now here in England, since the 19th of July, people haven't had to, it's not been mandatory to wear masks. But me and Josh have still been wearing it. We'd be like, no, we don't want that again. Because even though it wasn't as bad as it's sounded from other people, like my mum had it. My mum had not the new variant, she had the original one. And she got it really bad and it sounded really awful for her, bless her. So for us, we were really lucky that it wasn't as bad as other people have had it, and obviously people that have passed away from it, unfortunately. But it really, we were sat talking about it, saying like, we're healthy and this has knocked us. Imagine if like Josh's grandma had got it or my nana had got it, because they're both like on in their years and their immune systems aren't magnificent, obviously with them just getting on in their years and everything. So yeah, it obviously, you know to be careful anyway, or most people know to be careful because of this virus, but it definitely hits you more when you've had it yourself and you are a healthy person generally, because it makes you think, God, it's affected me like this, how would it affect someone who's not got a great immune system? So yeah, it was definitely an experience, especially with 2 children. But like I said, we've had no lasting side effects. We've been back to normal now for a while. I know actually it took me a bit longer to get my energy back than Josh did. I've actually been full of energy these past 2 days. I've been quite happy with that. Yeah, so I just wanted to come on and explain why I haven't been uploading, because I really didn't want to. I mean, I felt rubbish. Like I was definitely ill. Like I was just in bed most of the time. And the thing that actually helped me feel better, which I should have known because it always does, is having a shower or a bath. It made me feel so much better. But because of how achy my arms were, I had to try and get Josh to wash my hair, which didn't go well because obviously he doesn't have long curly hair. So he didn't know how he was meant to do it. But bless him, he was amazing through it all, even when he felt rubbish, and he was helping out with the kids and helping out with me and everything, making sure I felt as comfortable and as okay as I could, considering. Oh bless him, he was honestly amazing through it. But yeah, it wasn't nice. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And like I said, we were really lucky. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to come on and quickly explain, because I've had messages like asking, are you okay, why are you not uploading, and stuff like that. So that really means a lot that people have been asking about how we are and everything. So yes, don't worry, there are going to be more videos coming up. At the end of July, we actually went out for a day out, and it was such a lovely day. We took the kids to the beach, and I'm not going to say anything more. So That video will be going up Wednesday. I had to think what date was today. Today's Sunday. So the vlog will be going up on Wednesday. And then I've got another video which will be going up next Sunday. So yeah, anyway. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below if you've had the virus, or if you've been lucky enough to not have it, or you know someone that's had it and how it's affected them, or like their experience of it, because having it's made me more curious about learning about how other people's experiences were with it. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.